Okay, let's just dive right in. You've been on a few dates, things are going well, the connection feels, well, real. But there's that one question that's probably buzzing around in your head. How many dates until this is, serious? We're about to break it all down.
Oh man, we've all been here, haven't we? Staring at your phone, rereading texts, trying to decode every little thing. This single question, are we actually together or are we just hanging out, is the source of so much stress in modern dating. It's that confusing gray area that can drive you absolutely crazy.
And look, if you're feeling this way, you are so far from alone. Get this, a massive 71% of Gen Z and millennials say they want to completely reinvent how they date. That is a huge sign that whatever we've been doing just isn't working anymore. The confusion is real, and people are just done with it.
So what is going on? Why is something that's supposed to be fun and exciting so often just stressful? Let's take a look at the common hurdles that even create this big question in the first place.
It can seriously feel like you're navigating a minefield. There's this pressure to rush into things, then you've got the classic mixed signals where their words say one thing but their actions say something else entirely, and of course, there's that looming anxiety over having the talk, the define the relationship talk. It all kind of spirals into one destination, the situationship limbo.
Let's just call it what it is. Situationship limbo. It's when you have all the vibes of a relationship, but none of the clarity or the commitment. You're definitely more than just friends, but you're not an official couple, which leaves you completely stuck, wondering about the status and, let's be real, the future. When we're faced with all this uncertainty, it's totally natural to look for a simple fix. Our brain starts searching for a formula, right? Like, maybe there's a magic number of dates that'll just solve the whole equation and tell us when things are supposed to get serious. So, let's look at the data. One big survey found that, on average, it takes about 6 dates before couples decide to be exclusive. Okay, so is 6 the answer? Is that our magic number? Well, hang on a second. That same survey found it actually takes a little longer, an average of 9 dates, before people actually start using the official couple label. So the number's already creeping up. And then there's another survey that points to the 3-month mark as the right time to talk exclusivity. That works out to about 10 or 12 dates. So we've got 6, 9, 12. It really feels like we're getting somewhere, right?
Nope. Surprise. After all that counting, there is no magic number. And this is so important. Trying to force your unique connection into some generic timeline is what causes all the stress to begin with. Every single relationship is different.
So if counting dates is a total trap, what's the alternative? Well, it's about shifting your whole mindset to a way smarter approach called foundation-first dating. This is all about focusing less on the calendar and more on building something that's actually built to last. Think of it like you're building a house. You would never, ever start by putting up the roof. That's crazy. You start with a solid, stable foundation. Foundation-first dating applies that exact same logic to relationships. You stop worrying about the label, that's the roof, and instead you focus on pouring that solid foundation of trust, clear communication, and actual compatibility. And the experts totally back this up. Research expert Rachel D'Alto says, hey, those first couple of dates are usually clouded by nerves. People are basically putting on a performance. Giving it a few more dates, like 3 to 5, lets everyone relax and show who they really are. And that is essential for building a real foundation.
So, what does this foundation building phase actually look like? It means you're focusing on getting to know the real person, not just their best behavior representative. It means you're building trust through consistent actions, not just intense feelings. You're practicing honest communication, and you're really checking to see if your values and goals actually line up.
Okay, this all sounds great in theory, but how do you actually do it? Let's switch from the what to the how and give you a practical toolkit for building that strong foundation for yourself.
Here are 5 simple, actionable steps. 1. Keep the early dates low pressure. Think coffee, a walk in the park. It takes the pressure off. 2. Prioritize consistency over that initial fleeting chemistry. 3. Be brave and communicate your needs clearly. 4. Keep your eyes open for red flags. And 5. Remember that real trust isn't instant. It's built slowly, over time.
Let's really drill down on this idea of chemistry versus consistency. Chemistry is that exciting spark, right? It's intense, it's thrilling, but it can burn out fast. Consistency, on the other hand, is about reliable actions over and over again. That's the stuff that actually builds trust and makes a connection deeper. You need consistency as your bedrock.
And when it comes to clear communication, sometimes you just need the words. Here is a perfect example of a direct, honest, and totally calm way to bring up the talk. See how it's not an ultimatum? It's just an invitation to see if you're both on the same page. Seriously, screenshot this. It's an amazing tool to have ready.
Now, while you're building, you also have to be an inspector. You need to watch out for these warning signs of a shaky foundation. Things like love bombing, too much, too fast, inconsistency, where they disappear and then reappear. If they actively avoid any talk about the relationship's future, or worse, if they make you feel bad just for having needs, these are major red flags.
So, as we wrap this up, the main message is really crystal clear. It's about shifting your focus to the quality of the connection you're building, not the speed at which you can slap a label on it.
This quote from a cyber dating expert just nails it. The whole trend is shifting. People are just so tired of playing games and trying to be a detective in their own dating life. This desire for honesty and clarity is becoming the new normal, which is fantastic news for anyone who wants something real.
So let's boil it all down to the essentials. First, focus on the connection, not the calendar. Stop counting dates. Second, remember that foundation first means you build trust before you even think about the label. And maybe most importantly, remember this: the right person will make you feel secure, not confused.
And that leaves us with one final, really powerful question for you to think about. As you move forward, ask yourself this: is the connection you're building based on the temporary flash of sparks, or is it being carefully built on a solid foundation of trust, consistency, and communication? The choice is all yours.